Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Guru Mashiranath Sankirtan Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Samaveta Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salake Chakshurun Militam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namani Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatane Shatavini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gauravaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna. So last class we discussed about fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So today we'll discuss the fifth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So in the fifth chapter, and so before we go to the fifth chapter, anybody would like to revise the fourth chapter? Tell in brief about the fourth chapter. Anybody? Can raise hand. Would like to answer. Okay, in the fourth chapter, mainly we discussed about Krishna giving this knowledge to Sun God, how this knowledge is coming from time immemorial. It's not just from 5,000 years back to Arjuna. So, elaborately, that was discussed. And also, we discussed about how one should serve a guru, because according to Krishna, means if we have right attitude, then only we can serve Guru properly. There are three qualities mentioned. Pranipatena, Pariprashnena, Sevaya. So proper service attitude, then Seva, means service, and third one is, anybody remembers what is the third one? One minute. Third one is service, seva, and proper inquiries. Okay. So we'll go to fourth chapter now. Fifth chapter. Fifth chapter is known as Karma Yoga in action. Karma Yoga in Krishna consciousness. So these are the four main themes of this chapter. Staying in this world, how we should, while being in this world, how we should stay. And how we should not be attached to the fruits of our activities. So that is one thing which we are going to discuss. Second, who are the three types of doers, three doers in every activity which we do. Third is equal vision, how you should see everything with the equal vision, everyone and everything. Fourth is how can we achieve real eternal peace. So these are the four things we are going to discuss. So how we should work while staying in this world. So Krishna spoke Karma Yoga in the third chapter. So after that, Arjuna is asking a question to Krishna in the fifth chapter. That, oh Krishna, you told me to do Karma Yoga and you also told me to renounce. Now out of this both, what we should do? Should I work or should I renounce? So then Krishna is telling how working in devotion is superior to Karma Yoga. To renunciation. So what are the differences between working in devotion and renunciation without taking shelter of God? So these are the differences. So we'll see 1 minute, first one verse from the fifth chapter, where it is not there, but just open 5.1. Yeah. So yeah. So you can repeat after me. Arjuna watch can unmute and please unmute and recite. Arjuna watch Hare Krishna. Are you able to unmute or I given the option to unmute? Please repeat. Arjuna watch Hare Krishna. You are able to hear me? Hare Krishna. You're able to hear me or it's not audible?
Yes, Prabhu, we can hear you.
Okay, okay.
We can hear you.
So, yeah. So please repeat. Arjuna Uvacha Sannyasam
Arjuna
Karmanam
Uvacha
Sannyasam Karmanam Krishna
Sannyasam Karmanam Krishna
Punaryogam Cha Samshasi
Punaryogam Cha Samsashi
Yashreya Etayorekam
Nishreyayam
Tanme Bruhu Sunishchitam.
Dharmendro Sanashtitam.
Yeah. Somebody can read this translation. Anybody would like to read this translation? You can unmute and read. Otherwise, I'll read.
Arjuna said,
Yeah.
"O Krishna, first of all you asked me to renounce work, and then again you recommended work with devotion. Now we will tell me definitely which one of two is more beneficial."
So now second verse Krishna is telling, because Arjuna was confused whether I should renounce or whether I should fight. Because he talked about both Karma Yoga and Sannyas. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Yeah, please repeat. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Actually, repeating the verses will help you to learn the verses also easily, and you'll become more spiritualized. Yeah, Sannyasa Karma Yogascha
Sannyasa Karma
Sanmasya
Yogascha
karma yogasya
Nishreyasa Karaubho
nishreyasa karma yubhava.
Tayostu Karma Sannyasat Tayostu Karma Sannyasat
Tayostu karma sannyasa
Karma Yogo Vishishyate.
karma yogo visishate.
Yeah. Someone can read. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good for liberation, but out of two, working devotional service is better than renunciation of work. So why it is better, we'll see now. Okay. So here, why work in devotion is better than renunciation is mentioned. Anybody would like to read this explanation? Yeah, work in devotion allows us to act from eternal position. Means you are doing your work as a service to God. So renunciation means you leave the work, but if somebody is not having proper engagement, so it is difficult to renounce and just fully devote to God. If somebody is not really attached to God, so he may go in wrong direction. So work in devotion purifies the heart because you are doing that as a service to God. Renunciation, if it is not done as a service to God, doesn't purify the heart. Working devotion is joyful process. Senses are engaged, and renunciation, there's struggle. The senses, if they're not engaged, there's a struggle. Work in devotion is a complete renunciation because whatever results you get, you're offering it to Krishna. You are engaging your talents in Krishna service. Renunciation is incomplete renunciation. If you are not engaging whatever is given by God in His service, So work in devotion, you can quickly attain the supreme renunciation, but take many births. If this renunciation is not as per Bhakti Yoga. So how do we act in Karma Yoga? So when actually we work as a service to Krishna, so what happens? Actually, our mind and senses are under control. Okay. And one acts without attachment, no desire for results. So because we are engaging in Krishna service, Krishna is Rishikesha, he controls the mind and senses. And one engages the body, mind and senses only for the purpose of purification. So this way, acting in Karma Yoga actually purifies. So let's say one should engage in Karma Yoga. So even our work, if it is as per the scriptures, if we work as a service to Krishna and offer the results, then one actually is doing it as a service to God. Yajnarthat karmana yatra lokayam karmavan. Tadadharma karma kauntaya mukta sangas paramrajat. If you work and offer the results to Vishnu, that work will not bind you. But if you work and don't offer the results to Krishna, so because he is the source, he is the cause, so that basic etiquette or the basic gratitude should be there. So what is the result of such work when somebody works with detachment? So here Krishna is telling, repeat after me. Brahmani adhaya karmani
Brahmani adaya karmani
uh, yeah, sangam tyaktva karoti ya
sangam tyaktva karoti ya
lipyatena savapena
nityatena tena
padma patram ivabhasa.
padmapatsa.
Yeah. Can anyone read? Anybody would like to read? Okay. Yeah, please read. Okay, I'll only read, I think. Krishna is telling, one who performs his duty without attachment, surrenders the result unto the Supreme Lord, is unaffected by sinful action, as a lotus leaf is untouched by water. So on lotus leaf, you see there is drop of water. So, but it is completely detached. It can at any moment fall off. Correct? We can't say that it is attached. Correct? So similarly, a person who does karma yoga is not attached to the results of his work. And while performing any activity, there may be some knowingly, unknowingly, one may commit some mistakes, one may get sinful reactions. But because he is offering to God, he will not be affected by the sinful reaction. And because he does like that, he becomes dear because he has no attachment nor aversion. So because he has no attachment or aversion, what happens? He becomes dear to everyone and everyone is dear to him. Both happens. and he attains peace. There is no anxiety over the result. So this is the result of working in Karma Yoga without any attachment. So Arjuna pondered how I can be detached from actions performed by me. So Krishna explains how there are three doers. So we are soul, and there is super soul, the supreme Lord in our heart. The soul desires, super soul sanctions, and as per the sanction, material nature carries out the order of Lord. So these are the three doers of every activity. Soul by nature has free will, and according to his past activities, he actually starts desiring. Okay. So now whatever we desire, it's not that everything will get fulfilled. Okay. Now you may desire, but if you don't deserve, we may go to a shop and you want to purchase, but you don't have money, then you cannot purchase. So similarly, you may desire, like somebody wants to become son of some rich person. So he may desire, but he may not have karma. So he will not become. But if he has karma as per his desire, then the super soul, as per his desire, he sanctions that desire. Okay. So without the sanction of God, he cannot do anything. Okay. So this is very important, that we desire and God sanctions. So ultimately, God is in control of everything and everyone. Nothing happens independently. And the third thing is, when God sanctions, nature arranges as per the desire of the soul. Suppose a person wants to walk to some place, he desires, then super soul sanctions, and nature, material nature, the three modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. The modes of material nature, they control us. So then, because of the sanction of Lord, then we are able to do that activity of walking or whatever. So if God doesn't sanction, then we can't do. So this is very important to understand the relationship between us and God, God and nature, us and nature. So, as I said, the soul desires and God sanctions. And God orders the nature. So then nature performs the action as per the desire of the living entity. He allows the living entity to act. But when the living entity fulfills his desires, material desires, okay, so he becomes temporarily happy. But the desire to enjoy is there more and more. He wants more and more. His greed is there. So he keeps on desiring more and more and more. So ultimately, he becomes more and more greedy. So now when suppose sometimes somebody desires, but because he doesn't have that karma, it doesn't get fulfilled, what happens? He gets frustrated. Like we see that so many students want to get into IIT or they want to get a good job, but everyone may not get. So they get frustrated. That's what we see generally, correct? People get frustrated. So we have to give up this material desires. These material desires are the culprit. So how to purify our desires? We are like here the carrot, this rat is trapped. So living entity is trapped in this material world because of this material desires. So how do we purify these desires? Krishna tells in second chapter, Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. So when you develop higher taste, automatically you give up the lower taste of this world. So if you serve God and develop a higher taste in His service, very easily you can give up the lower taste of this world. So next aspect is equal vision. So you can repeat after me. Vidya vinay sampanne brahmane gavihastini suri chaiva swapake cha pandita samadarshina. So here Krishna is telling the humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, elephant, a dog, and dog eater. So how the sages are able to see everyone equally? Because the elephant is huge, dog is small, Brahmana is very learned. How he can see everyone equally? Because they are seeing the soul. They are not just seeing the superficial body. We generally only see the body. We don't see the soul. So that's why we always see differences. But God doesn't see just this body, because this body is temporary. Soul is eternal. So this is what is important. Because nowadays everybody sees externally only. Okay. So they don't see that their spirit soul and how they're not this body, how they are suffering in this world. They see themselves as only body. So there are so many fights based on the differences that you are from this country, this caste, this race. But when you have this equal vision, what happens? So you become equal in happiness, distress, become naturally tolerant. Because everybody is like your brother, you're all children of God. Krishna also tells, Namaivaamsu Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatana. So, and he is our father. Sarva Yonishid Kauntaya, Murtayanta Sambhavantaya, Tasha Brahma Mahadvani Aham Bija Prajapita. So he is our father. So we are all his children. So naturally, everyone is equal to us. And because of that, one will become tolerant, kind, give up unrealistic expectations which we have, and we'll live very peacefully because we have this understanding. 1 minute. So when we don't have this understanding, so then so many problems will come because we don't have this proper understanding that we are spirit, soul, part and parcel of Krishna. So when we have equal vision, on oneself, this is what will happen. Equal vision on others, we will see real brotherhood. And because everyone along with soul, there is also super soul in everyone's body. So the soul is equal. Elephant doesn't have big size soul, and ants have small size soul. Everybody has same soul only. Okay. And equal vision helps us to not have unnecessary fights. That will help us to come out of so many unnecessary problems which we face generally in this world. And finally, the important thing in this world, people want to be peaceful, but unfortunately, they are not able to have that. So Krishna is telling the formula which can help us. Prabhupada said they started United Nations. And this United Nations, we see that although they say they are United Nations, but many times the flags are increasing. Prabhupada said they are fighting and dividing themselves. More and more nations are coming up. So how they are united? So Krishna gives solution by which actually we can have peace in this world. So how we can have peace? Krishna is telling, Bhoktaram yagna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhradam sarvabhutanam gnatva mam shantiricchati. So Krishna is telling, person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices, the Supreme Lord of all planets, demigods, and benefactor of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. So when you understand this, can be peaceful. So how? Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam, he is the real enjoyer, Krishna. Why? Because everything is coming from him. So everything must be offered to him. That's why he is the supreme enjoyer. He should be given everything. He should enjoy everything because he is the source of everything. And he is the Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, the supreme controller of everything. So we think that we are controller, but we are only controller for small place for some time. But Krishna is controller for all the planets, for every place eternally. So that is the difference between us and God. So we may think that I am the controller, but actually we are never the controller. And Suhridam Sarva Bhutana. So he is our real friend and well-wisher. Why? Just like there is soul, beside the soul there is super soul. He is there with us every time, in whichever body you take. He is always eternally present. He is willing to extend himself and present before us. So that's why Suhridam Sarva Bhutana. So when we understand this, okay, so then we can be peaceful. But if you don't understand this, we can never be peaceful. We'll always be affected. Okay. So Krishna is our real friend. Because in this world, in school days, we may have friends. But how long do they remain? After some time, again, they go somewhere. Correct? Similarly, in college, we have another set of friends. Again, they go after some time. So they are all temporary, only for some time. But only Krishna, wherever we go, even if we become an animal, bird, tree, all these various, he always remains with us and he is always available to us. So only thing is, unfortunately, we are not taking advantage. So if this is understood, then we can always be very happily be situated. So unfortunately, people don't realize that God is a controller. He is the enjoyer and best friend. So when he was physically there also, you see that he was serving Arjuna, Sudama, like that, so many devotees. He is not that he only wants to take service from others and enjoy. He is not like that. He is equally eager to serve all of us. And he wants all of us to be happy forever. Only unfortunately, we are not so much interested. So we have to revive our eternal love for the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So by chanting this mantra, actually we elevate ourselves and we can absorb ourselves in devotional service to the Lord and develop love for Krishna. So now we'll chant. This fifth chapter is over. It's a small chapter. So we'll chant for some time and end the class. Before that, anybody has any questions regarding today's class? You can unmute and ask. Otherwise, okay, we'll chant for a few minutes and then Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gauratta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare. So every day like this, you please chant at least for 10 minutes. So this will help you controlling the mind and mind will become more peaceful. and you can develop love for the Supreme Lord Krishna very easily. Hare Krishna. So thank you for joining. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.